Hi all, for those people who are watching my videos for the first time, I'm a PhD student from London. I usually post videos regarding fully funded PhD projects, how to find them, how this whole process works, and also on other important topics like initial expenses for students, cost of living in the UK, travel, accommodation, and other important things that just to make your life easy. And I usually post my videos in my mother tongue, which is Tamil. I have consciously decided to switch to English for a bit, taking into consideration the nature of the content I'm going to be presenting in the upcoming weeks and also for better reach. So, for students and other well wishers who have been asking me to post videos in English, yeah, here you go. So, before getting into today's topic, I want to remind you all that English is not my first language and I request you to focus on the message I'm trying to convey rather focusing on my language. Without further delay, let's get into today's video. I have mentioned in one of my PhD videos that I face difficulties with writing. I still face, but never mind. By writing, I mean academic writing and publication. I'm sure most of the researchers and other students who are planning for their first publication or already been through this process would relate to my situation. This is mainly because we are not aware of what is considered to be the do's and don'ts while writing, what is considered to be an ideal abstract, what is expected from an article, and what is considered to be the correct writing style and not so correct writing style, and so on. The upcoming series of videos are going to be quite intense on the topic publication, where I'll be covering other subtopics like how to find the right journal for your article, how the process of peer review works, authorship, affiliations, and I'm also planning to dedicate a separate video covering the different sections of an article like introduction, methods, results, conclusion, and discussion. So, this very first video in the publication series is going to be an introductory video explaining the different steps involved in academic publication. First of all, what do you all expect while reading an article? As a researcher, I have a few expectations like it should be easy to read, it should be easy to understand, and it should also have all the information I'm looking for. That means it should be simple, clear, and complete. Do you think all these expectations are met while reading an article? For me, sometimes yes, sometimes no, and sometimes partly yes. What do you all think? Let me know in the comments. Yes, no, and why? I think we are good to go. Now let's get into the concept of academic publication. So traditionally what happens is you plan your research study, then you do the research and analyze all the data. You and your co-authors sit up and write all the results and write it into a journal article. This particular draft is called as a working paper or a preprint. Next comes the most important step. Now you have to identify the right journal for you to be publishing this article. I'll be talking about this in my upcoming videos, but for now let's get into the steps. Then you submit the draft to the identified journal. This particular version is called as the submitted version. This basically goes to the journal's editor and he decides if the article fits the scope and the quality requirements of their journal. If it fits, then he will identify the peer reviewers who will basically read the paper and provide reports and comments. So, after the peer reviewers provide their comments, it goes to the editor again. Now, the editor reads the report and decides whether to accept or reject or ask for revision. Actually, understand that asking for revision is not a negative sign. You still have the chances of getting published in the same journal you wanted. And if you feel that the revisions or the comments provided are appropriate, you revise the manuscript changes based on the review they have provided and then resubmit it. The reworked manuscript again goes back to the reviewers and the editors. So this process happens multiple times. This happens back and forth. You make all the changes, sit with your co-authors, decide if it's okay with all of them, and then you submit it again. If everything goes well, the editor then accepts the article. The last manuscript version you send to the journal before the editor says yes is called as the author accepted manuscript or postprint. So far, I have explained about the steps involved in the traditional publication process. Do you think this is the only way of publishing something? Of course, there are other options. Say, for example, you can publish your protocol. For those people who are hearing about protocol for the first time, these are a set of instructions or rules that you will be following while conducting a study. Or in other words, you can say something that is like a project plan. So in here, you don't have to mention anything about the results, and you can talk little bit about the discussion also. It has a major advantage, like you can save a lot of space for your upcoming paper that is going to be on your results. You can explain a lot of information about your study rationale and what are you planning to do in your study. Another option would be publishing your code. You can share any code you wrote for data acquisition or analysis so that others can check and use it. One important step is here is you have to annotate the code to make it easier for other people to understand and use. And now we could see a lot of people publishing codes in websites like GitHub. Yeah, that's all I have for today. I know this is already a lot of information for you to process. Share this video as much as possible, especially to students who are planning for their publication or planning for a career in academia. I hope they might find it useful. And if you have any questions, comments, suggestions, you know where to reach me. You can text me on Instagram or you can mail me. I'll see you in my next video. Thank you.